words that you've already said a couple? Shatavia already said a couple, so you're good. Let me just get somebody else involved. What are key words or signal words that let you know, whoa, we're talking about a setting right now? Christian. The city. Boom. They're talking about it, describing a city. Something else? Well, James, and then I'll come back to you, James. What is it? Great. Yeah, the grand wall, right? The wall, or the main gates. So that's a description of like a building, right?
The sun.
The sun, right? They're talking about the sun and how the sun might feel or how it looks, right? Excellent. So the city mentions elements like main gates, the city's grandeur, but he mentioned that these are signal words. These are key words that lead toward a setting description. Ask yourself, what is this passage trying to convey, right? We're going to get to some other examples really soon. Another example, check this out. The man walks through the crowded street during rush hour feeling more alone than ever. He felt so distant from the other members of the busy town, so alien. Now, is this characterization, plot development, or setting? Right? Close. I mean, yeah, no, you're right. It's definitely characterization, and I can see why you'd see setting. James, what did you get at? Characterizations. What are signal words or key terms in that phrase that tell you, all right, this is like focusing on building a character, right? Lamar.
He said that he feeling.
What is it? How? Beautiful. How he's feeling, right? You got right out the gate, how he's feeling, how he felt, right? So they're talking about this man's specific emotions. Shatavia is absolutely right. They're talking about a crowded street, so you can also surmise that it's a setting because it says crowded. James, do you have anything else? Sorry, I'll get back to you, James. This passage sounds like a description of the setting of a characterization. It sounds like setting. Or does it focus on a character which signifies characterization? We established that. Excellent, right? Now, the second C, and this is a C that we're going to explore a little further in another lesson. But the second C is choosing the graphic organizer that fits. So I'm going to back it up one slide. Choose. What do you think I mean by choose the graphic organizer that fits? What do you think I mean by that, James? Pick one, right? It's about choosing one that's available to you. You're always going to have a wide selection depending on what it is that we're working with, right? They got graphic organizers for math. They got graphic organizers for science. They got it for history. They got it for all the subjects, right? In here, we're primarily going to use story element graphic organizers. But going back to that prior passage we just read about this man, what graphic organizer of the three do you think you're going to use? Do you think you're going to use character web, the shoe W, or the plot triangle? James. The character web, right? Because you can start filling out essentially what he feels, what he thinks. You're going to need a little more, but that's the graphic organizer you're going to focus on. So, top of the class, high marks, right? So, using the same signal words and terms we just discussed, get into the habit of choosing the appropriate graphic organizer for the job in order to organize your thoughts, for writing your own screenplay summaries, right? Be appropriate about the graphic organizers that you pick. So, let me give you another story example. Check it out. Can I get someone to read this for me? Rush out and read. Loud and proud.
Be the first one is going to be using special children. The first one in Utopia is a really strange thing happens in the city. Julie decides that she will try to solve the case of her own. Have 48 hours to track it. To help her, she partners an artist Fox named Big Brown, even though it will make the job hard. They go on their adventure, but test their skills very efficient.
Right? So, who can tell me what this is a description of? What is this a description of?
This is about that the Hopper. She wanted to be a cop, so everybody in Zootopia they thought that she couldn't be a cop. So
Right.
the police, so he gave her an hour to find where's her white husband at. Gave her 2 days.
Yeah, right? So it sounds to me, there is a little bit of, there's a very little bit of setting description in there. There's a little bit of even characterization, but what does it primarily sound like, right? What are they trying to cover even in just this little summary? What does it sound like? They're talking about characters for sure. They definitely talk about characters, but since this is like a summary of the stories, what you guys think about it? Zootopia? It's a story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a summary of the story. It has like the key parts of what takes place in the movie. It's essentially a summary of the plot, right? So, looking at the three that I gave you, I'm not getting y'all started real early on that second C. Looking at the three that I gave you, which one of these threes will work? And you can argue for two. What do you think? Raise a hand. Which one of these three? Christian. The character one for one, and what else? Shoe, right? Who, what, when, where, and how. You can easily fill it out using that. Now, this other one, the plot graphic organizer, you guys have not had exposure to yet, but we're going to be using that pretty often, right? It talks about the rising action, climax, falling action. All those terms are on that sheet right there. So you can also conceivably use this one, but you need more information, right? We're going to have a few different types of plot triangles and diagrams that are a little easier, but I just want to give you guys a heads up as to what it looks like right now, right? Excellent. So this is another graphic organizer example. You've got a graphic organizer that pretty much covers a very base level, surface level on any story, right? This graphic organizer has a setting, characters, a problem, major event, major event, major event. Now, what do these lines tell you? Just off the top of your head, what do you think? What do these lines that you see coming from these boxes tell you? Different story. Well, it's actually, this is going to be for one story. So, Shadavi?
They connected always together.
Yeah, right. They're connected, but there's like different topics. Exactly. Right. Anybody see anything interesting about the major events? And the way the lines move through them?
There's three major events.
Yeah, so there's an order. So you see, even the way that the lines connect boxes in graphic organizers tell you how to use them. So you're going to have a main problem. In Zootopia, now that we've kind of seen the majority of that movie, what's kind of the main problem in that one? Do you guys remember, James?
They didn't come with money to get a case.
Exactly. And she's got to solve the case that's thrown in front of her now, and how long?
2 days.
2 days, right? So you're going to have a problem that comes up, then a major event, then it leads to the next major event, which leads to the next major event.
I know the major events.
Give me an example of the main event, major event in Zootopia.
Okay.
All right, hold tight.
So we got the main idea.
Yeah.
But okay, the main event is like when she went to go find the fox because she was doing good. She's smart. She made this picture.
Yeah.
She's seeing the fox.
Exactly. So and then there's that part that she's chasing. That's the thing. That's a major event, right? That's what I call, and you'll learn later, is the rising action. Excellent, right? So a lot of these graphic organizers will allow for you to write the solution in it. So some of you haven't finished Zootopia, but there is a solution to the overall case. Does that make sense?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That would be good.
It is. It's a very good example.
Did we watch that movie before?
We did. Well, parts of it.
No, we watched
Almost the whole thing. All right, ready? So this is the third C. Ready? Third C is pretty straightforward too. Construct a graphic organizer using big ideas. Construct just means write in it, right? Write the appropriate answers in the appropriate boxes. We'll go into that further, right? But for right now, I'm going to go through a quick little memorization exercise, and we're going to do this pretty often to make sure y'all memorize the 3 C's, right? So I'm going to go over here. All right, ready? Let's begin memorizing 3 C's. So let's go over it real quick. The first C is carefully examine the text for single words. Second C is choose the graphic organizer that fits. And the third C is construct the graphic organizer using big ideas and details, right? I'm going to make it a little easier for you guys and just break it down into a much smaller statement. So check it out. We are, right? Check this out. This is how I want you to think about it. The first C is carefully examine. Carefully examine the text for single words. So you're carefully examining. The second C is choose. Just think choose. Choose a graphic organizer that fits. Right? The third C is construct. All that means is to write in the right answers. Construct a graphic organizer using big ideas, details, golden details, and right? So check it out. First C is carefully examine. Second C is choose. Third C is construct. All right, you all ready? I'm going to quiz you. We're going to do this a few times. What does the first C stand for? No, what does the first C stand for? Construct. What is it?
No,
Carefully. Yeah, carefully choose. Excellent. Second C. What does the second C stand for?
What? Chocolate.
Choose. Yeah, choose, right? Choose. What are you choosing in this case?
Choosing a graphic
Yeah, the appropriate graphic organizer. Right? And that last C.
I know it now.
Give it away. What is it? Construct. What are you constructing?
You put it all together.
You put it all together. You're filling out the graphic organizer. You're keeping it tight. All right? Now, we're going to start quizzing, and I won't try to lead you in these answers, right? Eventually, I'm going to have y'all answer